My name is Ben Pennington. I'm Vice President of the Chicago Propeller Club, Managing Partner of Polaris Media. We're a maritime specialist PR firm and Regional Vice President for the Great Lakes region as well for the Propeller Club. So we want to thank all of our members here. Hands up if you're new to the Propeller Club today. Excellent. You're very, very welcome. And thank you to all of our sponsors as well. We've just done a big sponsorship renewal, and Chris Carr at the back has led the sponsorship renewal. He's clearly not listening. He's outside, but he's done a brilliant job. But thank you very much. And also thank you to City Cruises for their generous sponsorship, helping make today happen. We'd also like to extend a very warm welcome to our friends from the Port of Antwerp. So let's hear it for Antwerp. The business of America is business, so we're delighted to see you here to do some business. As we know, Maritime Day honours the contribution of the US Merchant Marine, particularly during conflict, and this year's Maritime Day carries special poignancy, falling the same month as the VE Day 80th anniversary. Now, as you can probably tell, I'm a proud immigrant to America, but I'm from England. I'm from Liverpool, which was the main port during the Battle of the Atlantic in World War II. So I feel this very strongly, that without American intervention to arm, feed and fuel the war effort, Europe would have been defeated by the Nazis with quite unimaginable consequences. So, huge debt of gratitude to the United States. Here in Chicago, Indiana, the Rust Belt, Ohio, Wisconsin, the factories were absolutely humming for the war effort, building the steel, forging the steel, building the engines, all manner of machinery, and in an astonishing effort, pertinent to today when we think we're trying to build 250 ships in 10 years, American shipyards built 5,000 vessels during the war, including nearly 3,000 Liberty ships, to battle the U-boats across the Atlantic, to supply Britain the Eastern Front. And from November 1944, the liberated port of Antwerp. And I know that we do have some representatives here from Canada today. If you could raise your hands. Yeah, more than 7,000 Canadian servicemen, I understand, lost their lives in the battle that opened up the port to Allied shipping. So worth remembering that huge sacrifice. In total, during World War II, nearly 10,000 American merchant mariners lost their lives in the wilderness of the sea. And what a debt we owe to that lion-hearted generation. After the war, the bonds between America and Antwerp were strengthened by the Marshall Plan, which helped to fund the modernization of the port, enabling it to keep pace with the ports of Hamburg and Rotterdam, which had been totally annihilated and were being rebuilt. So we're very excited to see Antwerp here today, as I say, to do business. And we're excited to hear about plans to bring more containers into the Great Lakes, and Ryan's going to speak to us in a second. We very much want to send a message for everybody watching this on YouTube and LinkedIn that Chicago, Burns Harbor, the Great Lakes ports, we are open for business with Europe. And I think on a positive note, we're starting to see more deals being done by the administration to get bilateral trade moving, shown by the deal with the UK recently, removing tariffs on steel. And I know that Pete Joyce is here from British Steel. I'm sure he's a very relieved man. And one of the biggest customers on the Great Lakes and for the ports here at Indiana and Chicago. So let's hear it from British Steel and Pete Joyce. Okay, and I think from my point of view, and I know a lot of other people on the Great Lakes, we're very pleased to see that common sense prevailed and the USTR dropped plans to impose fees on Chinese-built ships visiting the Great Lakes. So we're starting to see, I think, a more constructive mood music towards international trade. So, some dates for your diary. Our next event is August the 13th. American Great Lakes Ports Association reception. That was a super event last year. And we're also planning a river cruise with Wendella in October. Also, if you're going to North Shipping at the beginning of June, the biggest shipping trade fair in the world this year, the Oslo chapter of the Propeller Club is going to be launched. It just restates the value of the network. There are 80 clubs in the Propeller Club worldwide, so use your sponsorship, use your membership to grow your business. Remember to follow us on LinkedIn. That's where all our propaganda is. Register on our website for the newsletter. There's lots of stuff on there. So our first speaker, as I say, is Ryan McCoy, Burns Harbor Port Director, a long-standing supporter and sponsor of the club, just come in at a silver sponsor. Want to thank Ryan and the team, Ian Hurt, wherever Ian is.
Right here.
Right there.
Yeah. Thank you, Ian, who sits on our board. So, Ryan, over to you.